What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm just going to get into it. A lot of quarterback talks, a lot of big deals can be possibly made within the next couple of months. Like I said in my previous video, this is like a dry spell for the NFL. It's pretty much negotiation. It's like on some secret society type of thing, but it's just a lot of teams that's just making phone calls, just trying to make moves. But it's a lot of good quarterbacks that's going to be a free agent. We have Matthew Stafford, Teddy Bridgewater, Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, and my guy Andy Dalton, and that's who we're going to talk about. Now, you notice how I said my guy Andy Dalton. Again, I'm not the biggest Andy Dalton fan, but I have a lot of respect for him. Just looking at the situation, some people say, oh, who cares about Andy Dalton? To be honest, I think Andy Dalton is a good quarterback. We got to put it into perspective. Yes, he's not an elite quarterback, but when you really put things into perspective of him entering the league in 2011, playing with this Bengals organization, we know that when they run this team, it hasn't been up to par. They haven't won a title game. They've been in a couple of runs in the playoffs, but they never went far as winning one. They never had good coaches. Defense has always been bad. This organization is just a bad team. They're just a bad organization. I'm just gonna call it what it is. No disrespect, but I just think they put Andy Dalton in a position where they set him up not for success but for failure. When Tyler Eifert went down, that was a top tight end at one point. They never replaced him. AJ Green, him dealing with his torn ACL. I know he's been dealing with a lot of injuries. The Bengals never went out and got him another receiver, or drafted another receiver. So when you look at Andy Dalton, I just think of the situation he's been put in. And again, I like Andy Dalton, but I think if he was to go to another team, I think a lot more would show how much of a good quarterback he really is, because I do think he's an accurate passer. He's a pocket passer, and if you put him around good receivers, he can develop players and make them actually good. When you look at AJ Green and the success he had early in his career, Andy Dalton was the quarterback throwing him them passes. You know what I'm saying? So I just think of him going to the Bears, it will be a good situation for the Bears as far as, okay, they can keep Trubisky, because I know they still have faith in them. Trubisky, I know he's not a good quarterback, but I don't think he should never have another opportunity. Like, I think, if he was to go somewhere, I think he should get an opportunity to progress. He's still young, but I think that the Bears should consider, trading, getting Andy Dalton, and now both of those two quarterbacks, I think they should just compete for the position, because I think it's a win-win. I think if Andy Dalton goes to the Bears, and maybe if they get receivers, because I know they have Allen Robinson, he's a top talent, but outside of that, they don't have anybody. Tyreek Cohen, the running back, he's a good running back, but outside of that, they don't really have a good running game. They definitely need to draft some more receivers, but I think if Andy Dalton, if you put him around good talent receivers, I think he can really make something of this Bears season for next year if it is to happen. As far as Trubisky goes, like I said, he's going to have to compete, because looking at the Bears, their only option is Chase Daniels, and he's one of the worst quarterbacks. Like, I wouldn't even consider him a backup. Like, I know that sounds disrespectful, but Chase Daniels, I wouldn't even consider him a backup. So I think the Bears, if they're smart, I think they should go with this move to acquire Andy Dalton, and they should both battle out for the spot, and whoever wins should just take over. And for Trubisky, if that means he has to be a backup, and he can learn off of Andy Dalton or whoever is going to be in front of him next season, because the Bears, it's a lot that's going on. They have a lot of decisions. They can get Teddy Bridgewater, Matthew Stafford. It's just a lot of guys that they can go out and get. And Trubisky maybe be a backup, or he might get traded away. But, I'm just hearing these news and stuff, so I'm just, giving you guys a little update. But the story broke out by NFL insider Benjamin Albright. So he's the one that reported this, but it seems like this can possibly be something that can happen in the future of Andy Dalton possibly going to the Bears. Because, again, honestly, I do think Andy Dalton is a good quarterback. I just think he hasn't really been around good talent to showcase, as far as stats-wise. I think if he had more receivers, he probably would have more 30 touchdown seasons, So, this is just something that can happen. I just want to report this for you guys, just to give you guys some scenarios. It's kind of a quiet NFL off season right now, so I'm just putting out videos for you guys and giving you guys scenarios. And, I'm going to do more videos on Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady when I hear more. But, just to give you guys some insight, man, this was just a quick video. If you like videos like this, You know, please subscribe, do all that good stuff. And it's going to be a curse for the Bengals, man. And again, I like Joe Burrow, but I think it's going to be a curse if he becomes the first overall pick and he goes to the Bengals. His career is not going to go well because the Bengals franchise is not going to build him up with elite talent around him or anything. You know, they're going to expect him to play well with no weapons, you know, and that team is done for. You know, the Bengals, you know, besides AJ Green, they don't really have anyone on offense that's a dynamic threat or anything. So that's just another thing too, man. The Bengals is a cursed team, and this might be a good thing for Andy Dalton. I know deep down he wants this trade to happen. He wants to get out of, this team because of everything he's dealt with. But like I said, guys, thanks for the support. Keep subscribing. See you guys in the next video. Peace.